I'd like to call the meeting for the Finance Committee to order at 6:01 on Tuesday, September 23rd. Can I have a roll call, please?
Carol Hofstas present. Carolyn Mazik is present.
Kathleen Spofford present.
Dave Walker present.
Mary Jane Churchwell present. Sam is not here, but he might come later. So the first thing we want to do is announce that this meeting is being recorded. And is anyone else recording this meeting? Hearing nothing, I'm assuming no. And I have no additions or deletions tonight.
What?
Have no additions or deletions. So we're gonna go right into our work session. We can take votes in this or not. But this was sort of the list we made up last week, the last meeting that we wanted to go over.
Okay.
So the first thing we have is to review an assignment to capital planning. Now, I don't think that's really a review. I think it's an out and out appointment. Who do we want?
Because didn't he, I saw his email, because I thought I was still appointed.
You are from
Planning
the
board?
planning board.
Are you on?
Oh, is that what I'm
You're
doing?
planning.
Okay.
I'm coming off with you, with FinCom. Do you wanna go on capital plan?
Hi, Sam.
Hello,
There's a
everybody.
packet for you right
No,
there.
yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Do you want to volunteer for that position?
Yeah, I
Kathy?
can do that.
Okay. All right. Now, do we have to vote on that?
Yes.
Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to appoint Kathy Spofford to the capital planning committee.
Second.
Dave Walker. Any discussion on Kathy? Okay, then can I please have a vote? Carol?
Carol Hofstas, yes.
Carolyn Mazik is yes.
Dan Grant, yes.
Dave Walker, yes.
Mary Jane Churchwell, yes?
You wanna go?
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Kathleen
Yes.
Spofford,
Unanimous.
yes.
Kathy, welcome to capital planning, representing the finance committee, correct?
Correct.
Okay, moving right along. Curbside recycling program update. Where did we get that from?
We got an email
I
on
saw
that.
something about that.
Oh, and I
Did
didn't
I
print
print
that
I
out
it?
either.
didn't print it out, but
Because it was in the-
it showed, it was a good start in terms of showing us the information. I did have a few questions that I emailed back to Dawn
Oh, you did.
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Just the meaning of just to understand the meaning of some of the entries.
Okay.
But I didn't print it out and I don't remember what my questions are.
Okay, brilliant. Great. But thank you, that's a start.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what
I mean, I looked at the sheet and I thought it was, I thought it was good information. The one thing it does not have is it does not have any of the tonnage.
But that's what we,
Reports.
that was. the
Right, well, what
dangling
they
meat.
said is, I guess the tonnage reports for July and August are not, are include picking up from town sites, and I think now that's covered by a different contract.
Right.
So those numbers for July and August aren't necessarily accurate to the program, because the program really started in September. And
That's
so
true.
when we start getting tonnage reports for September, those would be the ones that will start as being relevant. So that's why there are no tonnage reports in the email.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
which, yeah, I mean, I
That
can
does
understand.
make sense.
I mean, I think it was still would have been nice to get them, but I'm not gonna quibble on that.
No, and so actually September 1st, so we won't really get anything until what, October or November?
Probably not till the middle of October at the earliest would they be
Yeah.
able to say, here's a tonnage report for
Yeah.
September, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the yeah, I would say the earliest. if
Yeah,
not
but I
November.
think it did have, the financial report, I think, did have the bag receipts. I think it had both online and in-person sticker purchases in there.
Oh, separated.
Well, I think it was, that was one of the questions that I was asking. What does this mean? What does that mean? And does this mean, purchasing of stickers? Or is this one purchasing of stickers online or something like that?
Didn't it say something about the stickers? They think there's like 150 still outstanding, that's not included in that, I think.
Yeah, so, and
Something like that,
they
100 to
they did give a number for the stickers. I think it was over 2,100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Over
it was.
2,100.
Yep.
Well
It
over,
was-
reasonably over, not well.
So, I mean,
It's not much different than last time. Because didn't we have 2188?
We had 21,
2188, I thought,
something, the last
last meeting.
Yeah, the last meeting.
Yeah, I
no
don't think it was,
tonnage.
I don't think it was,
And no
and
tonnage.
no tonnage, right?
But they were only looking for 18 at the time.
Right, 18 was the target.
18 was the target that they were,
We went to
So
yeah,
21.
so we've,
Exceeded their
so we
target,
have
yeah.
exceeded the target for enrollment,
Mhm.
and,
Well, that doesn't tell us where we stand on the tonnage cost.
No, not
We
yet.
charge
no,
back-
right,
You know, it'll be back charged to us, et cetera.
right, and it also had I think it had bag receipts in there for July and August. It might have even had a little bit for June, when they turned them back on, I'm not sure.
Oh, right.
So
So,
I think I think we're getting the information that, I think we're close to getting the information that we're looking for.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
take a little time. We don't have all the information that we want, but I don't think it's all available yet, so
but that's reasonable, because we're really right in the
Yes.
beginning of the new.
we're in the beginning of the new
program.
program.
Yeah,
Brand new
and that's what we're really monitoring, because the past
Right.
is the past.
Right.
Right.
And we forget that the new program starts 1 September
Which
and
was
not,
20 days ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
and not
Yes.
July 1st, which,
Right.
Right, right.
which I think gets us a little bit
It is
confused.
confusing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But it would be nice to have those tonnage numbers from the summer,
Just to compare.
Compare,
It would, and maybe we'll be, I think they probably didn't send those along because we didn't we kind of said, oh, we want the tonnage numbers on the program, not necessarily, hey, let's just get the
Correct,
tonnage
right.
numbers as well, so hopefully if we ask for those, we can get those. Because I do think those would be interesting to see, just for comparison's
just
sake,
to see where we were and where we came from.
yeah.
Okay, any other discussion on that? That pretty much sums it up for right now.
Yeah.
I think so.
So we'll put it on the agenda for next month and each month carryover?
I would
Yeah.
think so.
yeah,
Yeah, every
we'll
month.
just have
Yeah.
it every month.
Yeah,
So
I would say, because even if there's no update, we can just say, okay, there's no update this meeting.
I would suggest that it's every month that the second meeting, like this meeting. This meeting is put here for what reason, I don't remember, but it had to do with other things coming in early, middle month that don't catch our first meeting,
Oh, right, you mean the money?
or whatever.
Budgets, yeah.
The cash flow thing? No.
The,
The BVA review. I think
Oh, the
we said
CBA
yeah.
review, yeah.
So it's a good thing to do, to go over curbside at the last meeting of the month, the second meeting of the month, whichever you wanna call
Oh,
it.
I see what you mean, like,
So
not
that we
every
can
week,
keep
not
rolling
every, I get it,
There's no reason
Okay,
to
like
talk
every
about it.
other.
every other meeting.
Yeah, because
So we
the
hit it
first
once
of,
a month.
somewhere in early October, we're gonna have a meeting, and the data's not gonna be available.
Correct, exactly, so we should look for it like mid to the end of October, and then
Yeah.
keep on that schedule.
You know,
Right.
Use
Yeah.
the first of the month for new stuff that we haven't yet dug our feet into or stepped into. If
So
we have to
probably-
look at-
The last meeting of the month.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, thank you, Stan. That's it, to review, and that gives them time to get numbers,
Yeah,
so we won't put it on every agenda.
Right,
We'll put it on every-
towards the end of
Toward the
the
end of the month.
month.
Okay, the next item, this is to discuss standardization of forms to be used for budget review process. Now, before we dig into this, I want to tell you, I received an email from Valerie Goodrich, who is Board of Selectmen, I believe she's our liaison, I think.
Yes, yes.
She is for sure. Okay, so she sent an email to myself and to Dawn stating that the Board of Selectmen have made a commitment for their schedule this year that they want to work on standardization of forms. So she made a suggestion. It's gonna be Nelson, I guess, in the Board of Selectmen, but Nelson is driving the ship. She suggested that we appoint 1 or 2 members of this committee to meet with Nelson or the board, however they're gonna do it, to discuss the forms. And so that we have a collaboration, so that we're all on the same page when it finally gets out.
Okay.
I think that in theory is a great idea to be able to collaborate with.
I think it should be two
I think that Nelson should come and speak to the whole board.
though. Yes.
I mean, she didn't make it sound like a work session, she made it sound as if it was more informative or,
Why
I
do
just
we,
wanna let you know, we're doing this too, it would be silly for us both to do it, and I agree with that, 100%.
why do we invite them?
So do we wanna invite Nelson to our meeting?
Why not?
Okay, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Who else is gonna be
Or-
on this committee?
well, she didn't really, well, she would sit in on it, she said, she didn't really, I don't think it's been formalized yet, Kathy, I think there's still,
or is it gonna be like a working group where just
I
somebody
think that
from each
she,
thing can sit down at a table and come up with the standardized forms? I mean, actually work on the standardizing the forms rather than having like
right, but we
a
only,
meeting, but
But they're not,
actually
Making a
working,
form.
making the form or developing the form.
they're not, they're talking about standardizing the forms for all departments.
everything across
Okay,
the board, and we only care about
hours.
Hours.
correct? I mean, is that being selfish, but
I mean, it's not being selfish, but you know what? You could do it if you had the right people and you spent a couple of hours, it could be done in half. the
It can be done
forms-
right now.
It could be done. I mean, you could just sit and you
It's
do
right
it and you
here.
focus it
what's that?
and,
That's it?
No,
Oh.
but that could be it.
Oh,
The
oh,
only thing you need to change is last year, or this year's budget is such and such. The requested is such and such, the deviation is such and such, and the net other three lines are how many years back we can go on fitting it on into a half by 11. Understand what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, but you're just using this as
What?
a form, this is not, this is just a form.
No, because the ones that the departments fill out is
Oh,
in,
yeah, it's in the
it's
blue,
in the blue book.
In Greek,
yeah,
it's like
which
that.
is,
Greek
which,
book.
And
right.
then all of this gets
Yeah,
put onto
yeah.
the VBA.
gotcha.
Yeah, well,
Right.
that's the BVA, but a
And
form
this is the
identical to
form-
this can be
Oh,
what
you're
everybody
saying-
uses, their own department. It says Town of Townsend, Department such and such, and department numbers if you want them there. You can probably even shortchange them because the first half of the numbers are the same for that department, then you get the breakdown. So you put at the top of it, the 10101010101, and then as a prefix for everything, slide everything over, but you've got plenty of room here for what it was 2 years ago, what it was last year, what this year's budget is, a blank space for what they want that they type in here. And that gives you a plus or minus and a percentage change.
And that
Right.
makes sense.
And then you can
Yeah,
put
Jerry
an
has
asterisk
A question.
anytime you want on the percentage change to say,
Let 'em know.
see the last page of your budget, because that's explaining why I'm asking for this.
Oh,
Yeah,
there needs to be a column for an explanation column.
But yeah,
Before we
what I'm-
create the form.
I was
Karen,
suggesting that be on a separate sheet, explaining that this is because when you get the variation, you wanna know why.
Mhm.
If there's no variation, then we'll assume they know what they're doing.
So Jerry, what was your thought?
My thought is, when they fill out these forms, everybody's idea of miscellaneous is totally different.
Then let's not have a miscellaneous box.
Well, but that's what they do. And last week I was down to the water department. And, I noticed that, and it's not just the water department, all departments are doing this now. They're putting everything into communications. It's postage, it's, iPads, it's telephones. To me, I think postage should be separated.
I agree.
I don't think they should be,
Like-
they're calling it all communications.
No,
So I think it should be separated.
I agree with you that miscellaneous communications, we need to know exactly.
Exactly what it is.
Well,
No more miscellaneous.
And even if it's this long, I wanna know.
I agree, line by line.
I wanna know
what it is.
What it is, what is miscellaneous, what is professional services, what
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Travel.
Yeah.
what is travel?
Travel.
I mean, whatever they wanna call it, we need detailed information.
Detailed information.
So what, Dawn has a note here on the agenda that says, review the blue book for best input sample to use a sample for department head. Correct.
And I could have sworn I found a good sample.
Well, so for instance, on the expense worksheet, and I'm looking at the town clerk because it's the top one,
Okay,
but it has office supplies, which is fine, advertising, printing, and postage, okay. Equipment maintenance repair, all right, but then non-heating fuel,
what is that?
what is that? Why is that on
What is
any
on-
department in this building? Why is
What does
that
that
even
mean?
on there? And there's no account numbers attached to these
Yeah,
things.
that's the
Right,
one
That's
thing
one of
that,
the big.
that's one of the things I wanna
I-
see
I
is,
know Melissa had recommended using those 00,
Yes,
account numbers.
so that
for
you
code
know
here.
what it is.
Yeah,
Account
these,
code.
Electricity,
right, like the,
heat,
I mean, if you
water.
look at the top page of what you
Now-
have here, you've got 5100, 5112,
does each
5122.
Yeah.
department,
Et
Kathy,
cetera.
do you know, does each department pay their own like electric bill?
No,
So,
no, it's by building as far as I know, and I don't know about library, senior center, maybe they're broken out because they're two
they're
separate.
separate buildings, but,
But I'm not sure, because it all comes under facilities.
so it
Yeah.
should be like one, it should be carried in one place.
Right, it should be in the facilities.
But I don't think it is. Do you?
Well, let's look, because.
See, look at,
Facilities, recreation,
I've
library.
misplaced
But
my
can you
book,
look
but
like,
I've already discharged to
It's hard to see these.
show them
Or-
the recycling bag.
I just had, was
All
this
those papers,
worksheet
I hate it.
developed?
So
So that-
that have
Yeah,
facilities on here.
Kathy will know. Oh, I think she will.
What's
Okay.
that?
Well, you know, now that you're saying this about electricity and on heating fuel, was this do you know if this worksheet was developed so that it was just standard, so you wouldn't fill in?
I
the
think
heat?
so. I think that's why they
It,
did it.
it may be that's
Because-
why it's that way, so it's a standard worksheet, so you wouldn't necessarily fill in
Right,
those things, but some other department
Right.
wouldn't.
And I
fill
think
it
that's okay.
in. And that's
Mm-hmm.
okay, because otherwise you're gonna have,
Like 5 different forms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
And
so
people
you,
might throw stuff into miscellaneous that
well, that's what they do.
we want to
So-
avoid.
yeah, so it's better to have a worksheet broken out that everybody uses, but not necessarily is gonna fill in every category.
So do we want to meet with Nelson, or do we want to invite him to meet with us? I mean,
Well,
and it's vague about,
it sounds like we need to understand better. What, are they talking about? Are they just talking about the budgetary forms, or are they talking about other
she
forms for the
said
town
forms,
as
and
well?
I think that she
Well,
is
it's probably-
included in all the, that they were gonna be working on standardizing all the forms for the municipality.
Okay,
And we're just one.
And we're
We
just
with
one,
finance, yeah.
We're just
Okay.
gonna be one.
I mean, so,
which is not, I mean, I don't know how many different forms there are,
Right.
but the way they could be, you could potentially have a few forms that would cover a multitude of stuff.
Yes, I have no, didn't even say what
So
direction
may,
they
so
were
maybe
going
we
in.
need
or
to
any-
talk
any
to
no
Nelson
information.
to find out
yeah, I think we need to,
where they
I
So
mean,
we
the
have to
idea-
communicate with the board of selectmen,
yes, to understand
where they're coming.
fully what they're looking for, what they're planning. I mean, because if they're planning a bunch of different forms and they're doing several meetings, okay, maybe, all right, this is the meeting where we're gonna be doing the budgetary forms. All right, well, we'll send two or three people to that
yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
This is the meeting where we're doing forms for, submitting requisitions to hire someone. Okay, I don't think we don't need to be
Yeah,
at that
These are
meeting,
the forms
so we
that
don't need to go
you
there.
use to submit the money to the treasurer's office, because I think there's a few of those forms. They tried to standardize them, but I'm not sure that they were.
So we need more information.
So it'd be nice to have.
I mean, I would say we definitely like the idea,
Yep, agree.
and we
100%,
just
yeah.
need some more
And-
information on, I mean, so like, if we, when I flip over here to the treasurer collector sheet, when you go into their expense worksheet that they did, they have the general ledger account numbers in there. Which I think we've all kind of said, wouldn't that be nice to have that? Oh, yeah, well, here's one that has it.
Yeah.
Now, they don't necessarily have all the items that some of the other departments have in there, but they have the account numbers at least. And, you know, I mean, when we look through the BVA, you can see that different departments have different items that aren't in, you know, if you look at.
Different reporting criteria.
Well, but like, if you look at, I mean, like, if you look at the police section, they have items in their expenses area that are not gonna be in
Oh, other.
the
area,
accountant, aren't gonna be in the accountant's
Right,
expense
or
area.
the fire
Right.
department.
Or, you know, and the fire department has
The
expenses
highway
Yeah.
that aren't gonna be in the treasurer's expense list.
Right.
So there may have to be a few versions or something, but if we can come up and say, you know, put the GL account number with a description. And I mean, the other good thing about the treasurer's worksheet is there's comments there on every item.
But we decided that
These
we
are what-
want comments on everything.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
so that's another good
Good
thing,
thing.
these are the.
Oh, that
this is some-
column, you're
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
column, we want that column for them to fill in some detail on,
What is it?
not just, you know, cause there's a line, equipment rental. Well, in here it says postage meter lease, Nextiva for fax services, you know, so they listed
that-
the equipment that they're renting.
So that's a good sample, worksheet.
This is a good sample worksheet,
Is
it's
that
not,
treasure?
this is
Which one is that one?
that is the treasurer collector, yes.
How many years back does that go?
Just FY twenty-five budget and request,
For
Oh, yeah.
26?
FY twenty-five and proposed FY twenty-six.
That could still be done on this, the reason I keep pointing to this, because there was this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think,
You change some of the words on it, it's the format I'm talking
right,
about.
right, well,
Because it gives us,
this is kind of, I think it is almost the same format. It's
it would be,
pretty
in
close,
each department, they have a certain section.
right.
Just cut out that section.
If you look, it's almost the same format,
Want me to copy that?
you know, it's just a matter
You
of,
want to copy it? Yeah, just copy it.
That can still have all the information we have here in
Right.
treasures. I mean,
right,
you know, the,
How many copies?
One, two, no, one.
the account
two,
number is backwards from the
Do you have one?
description.
I have,
Three.
The account number,
I mean,
Oh,
her
one,
comments are good.
00101. What are all these extra zeros in the back?
Those are
7 zeros.
those are on
Color
the,
filler places.
those are on the BVA,
Yeah. Everywhere I look, they're there.
yeah,
What do they mean?
I guess so they're gonna expand the,
I guess they're there
Oh,
in
in
case,
case they expand the number, they're like
Expand the number.
placeholders. Or maybe,
I got a
I
lot of
don't
them.
know.
Well, you've got here for communications, 5340. And then below that, you've got 5380
Okay.
for office supplies. So apparently, there's
Good job, Sam.
40 pieces,
That's it.
40 places to add additional accounts just between those two.
Yeah, I think this is it.
So I don't understand why all those extra zeros other
I
than
think they
wasting
just,
space.
I think they just,
you just have to ask Melissa.
Well, everybody has it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
maybe it
string,
takes
it's,
up, maybe that's the way, maybe
I
instead
think
of
the
in front of
placeholders
it.
for, I mean,
I do too.
something else.
but
it could be the software that they use, that they
Yeah,
require
higher-
that many
How
numbers.
many digits
Just comes out that
Yeah.
way,
And so it just, yeah,
fills it up.
But these can all be separated out into, so that you know the exact account you're working on.
Right.
136, 5, whatever. Or is that
So do we
3270?
wanna have a work session
5270.
between us before we meet with Nelson? Or,
I think we need to understand what Nelson,
they
want,
what they actually
yeah,
want.
what they want, and then I think we can determine that.
I wonder if Valerie is,
and
Valerie on there?
if,
No, I guess
I
not.
don't think she is.
are these meetings that he wants to, a representative from FinCon, are those meetings gonna be daytime or nighttime? That's another question,
Good question. Yeah.
because if it's evenings, if it's daytime, Dave's not gonna be able to
Right.
make
Right,
it.
because he's still working.
Correct.
You're the baby.
So we just need more information from them. And maybe she was just throwing it out to see if we were interested. So we're
that could be.
So we
interested,
are interested.
we are
Yeah.
interested, how do they
Yeah.
want, how do they wanna meet?
How do we want to proceed?
And as soon as I can get that, then we can put what we're gonna put on the next agenda. We'll know where to go to the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
agenda.
So maybe make a note too that, because we talked, because on the item, you review Blue
Blue
Book for
Book,
best
yeah,
input
yeah.
sample. I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's the best sample, but the treasure collector section
Oh, I see.
is a good sample. And that might be
Starting place?
where that might be I mean, because like even the labor worksheet, she's got the account numbers on the labor worksheet, which is good.
Tricia?
Yeah. Now,
She does.
they're not in the current BVA, I think, because of all the shenanigans on the negotiations that are still going on, but I guess the two of them are.
There's hers. What page
Okay,
is hers
yeah.
on?
Page 3,
Yeah.
the treasurer collector. So, yeah, okay, two of them are.
Oh, it's there.
Oh, okay, the only thing that they don't have on the BVA is the longevity line, which is a separate,
Mhm. And the
Which is-
stipends, do they have the stipends on the?
they don't, she doesn't list on the stipend, there's nothing, there's no entries in there, so she does not list an account number for those.
But she has $1,500 in it for
Yeah, she's
stipends.
got-
Where? Oh, special stipends, I see that, there's a special stipend
Stipend.
there.
So,
No, that's
Special stipends. and money.
interesting, she's got a special
Yeah.
stipend. Longevity, not though, I wonder if. See, so like, here's one that would
Oh,
need to
maybe
be
it's
clarified, right?
longevity.
Because she's got
yeah,
longevity for the two,
right.
operating staff totals 1,500, and then down on the bottom, it says stipends 1,500. Maybe that should be longevity 1,500.
And the
I don't know.
stipends.
I would say you're right.
Yeah. it looks
So I
like
mean,
the
there are still some
stipend
things,
is
this is a good example
Mhm.
For a
but-
starting
for
point.
a starting point.
Okay, right, that's what I put down.
Yeah.
For starting. So on this topic, I'm gonna get more clarification from Nelson and Valerie. And we are gonna put it on the agenda for next time to do a work session based on what they say.
Yeah,
But we still have to do our work session, I would think, to figure out what we wanna talk to them about for the collaboration.
True. What we need to,
I mean, I don't know what comes first, the chicken or the egg. Do they tell us what I don't know how far along they are.
Well, I think isn't it their budget sheets?
Well,
Yeah, basically, it is.
But they
But
need our income,
They
but
need
as
it,
to
yeah.
what we would like to see on them.
I would think that would be
Yeah,
best.
well, I think it's a good idea that we get the information we need from them first and then go from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so that's what I'll do. I will do that. Excellent. I think that makes sense. And I think it's good that we're gonna work together. Mhm. So the next one is,
So are they also sending 2 people?
no, we're gonna meet with, I think it was Nelson.
Oh, Nelson's gonna
Nelson, because I think
coordinate.
Nelson is the top person, he tells the board of selectmen, and then Valerie was just trying to get us in there, because
Right,
I
okay.
think she wanted to stop us from, going off on our own when they're doing something too, rather than waste
Rather than
everybody's
waste
time.
everybody's
Yeah.
trying to work
time, right, I
together.
yeah, no,
It
that,
made sense.
yes,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely makes sense.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good on that topic. Now the next one, everybody, get ready.
My favorite topic.
So John speaks differently. Capture input for Department of Revenue, Department of Local Services fall visit. So I think what we're really talking about is what do we want to ask them? What do we want them to look at? Why do we have them coming?
I knew he had like a little cheat sheet here.
oh, is that what that is?
Yes, I think the first thing says budget process.
Well,
Oh, we just talked about that. Okay, you meet with Nelson and
Okay, GLS, yep.
second page.
Is this here?
It's this two.
It's the one
Jackie
with-
one.
The
Oh, I
first-
think I-
The first page is this, Sherry.
Yes.
Budget process,
budget
that right
process.
there.
The
Oh, the
second page,
budget process, okay.
the second
I was
page
looking at the wrong.
is Department of Revenue, Department of Work Services visit. Items to review, expectations, pre-visit, visit, and post-visit. There you go.
Okay.
Pre-visit. So Don says that we should complete and submit to DLS list of items Finance Committee has concerned. A, current accounting system, the BVA report is showing negative lines for salary. Some accounts are negative for the entire budget, personnel and expenses. For example, the town clerk. I'm not sure where he's going with that.
Well, I don't know, but I mentioned that the town clerk salary line item should be filled out in here because that's voted on a separate article.
It should be,
His salary should be in there, not the assistant, but his salary
but the
should be.
town clerk salary.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a legitimate concern that we have.
Yeah,
And my concern was that whole, nothing was budgeted, but yet they're paying
right,
salaries.
Yeah.
How are they doing that?
how can they do that? And this,
And actually, I talked to Katie.
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter talked to Katie because they're friends.
yeah,
Because I said, Sarah, go ask Katie, how is that possible? Because I want
and
to
she
know.
said it's not.
And
right?
she said it's not, and she says, she told them that.
5
She
times a
did.
town meeting.
And she said, they can't do that. And I said, but they
But
did.
well, people are getting paid, aren't they?
Well, but
They are getting paid, but
But
how are they
how?
getting paid? Because there's no money in there for the personnel line
how
items.
do you cut a check? How do you cut a check to pay somebody? Where's the money coming from? Because it says zero. And I mean, I used to do this for a living, when I
Right.
used to pay people.
Yeah,
And I used to have to track their hours, because if they were close to running out of hours, I'd have to go to the program manager and say, you know, Sam's got 10 hours. If you don't give me more money, Sam's done in 10 hours.
Yeah,
Either that, or you give me more money and we'll buy Sam so many hours. So
So that's a perfect question for the Department of Revenue, DLS, to ask the Board of Selectmen.
yes.
That's like a
Yeah.
key question.
which is
Yes.
pretty
How's
much
it
what
happening?
which
And
he's
on
pretty
s-
much saying here.
That's what A
Yeah.
is.
That's what A
Yes,
is.
yeah.
And on some of these,
Is it within regulations for the budget, is this allowed? What are the rule guidelines for negative lines in the budget? Are there any? Or is it just a no, you can't have
Well,
one?
I'd like to say, just put like, I guess, somehow I want to make sure they realize that there's $0 budgeted.
budgeted, yeah.
$0 budgeted for salaries.
And if you look at the select board's budget, the bottom line is negative $6,500 in change. So how does that work?
Did they pay $6,500 worth of salaries?
No, they paid almost $29,000 worth in salaries, but it's taken them, if they took the money out of their expense lines, they're showing a negative balance of $6,500 overall.
55, 16, right?
Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, where are you?
Page one.
Yeah, page 1, I see the negative 28 up at the top.
Right, and then you go
Yeah.
down to the next,
Yeah,
the next group has 22,433 in the unexpended balance. And then right below that is
Oh,
the
it's in
60.
there, okay, now I see,
Minus
yeah,
So-
the minus.
So how can you do that? And I bet you it's like that for a lot of them. That's
Yeah.
the top page, so.
Most of
Yeah.
them.
so you got one
Yeah.
on page 2 at the,
Well, yeah, almost all of it's like that, because
all
none
like
of the,
that,
none
yeah.
of the salaries
Are in
Are
there.
in there,
have a budget value in
Yeah.
it.
And then if you look at the total at the end of, at the very end of the report,
page
it's
20.
showing this huge number that's in there, but if you total the lines for original budget, it's not the same number. So how can you have a total there?
see, because it's so
If it
screwed
hasn't
up.
been accurate, yeah.
I mean, it's so screwed up,
It is.
because it's like playing Monopoly money, because none
Yeah.
of it's real.
Exactly.
Believe me, I know how not real it is.
Pass and go, you collect $200,
Yeah.
but like,
So that's a big question.
Yeah.
That's a really big question.
yeah, that's why.
And that's under the auditing, yeah. So then he says, the visit, the meeting includes finance committee. The meeting includes finance committee, select board,
Town
town administrator, and finance team, which is the treasurer collector, the accountant, and who, so,
Others, who
I think he's saying, are there others that should be included in that?
oh.
do we think the others should be?
Right. And if,
I
Before
think
when
they
they
should
had
make
that
their decision. wouldn't they?
assess, I think Vicky, the head assessor was part of that, finance group.
Oh,
that
that
they had,
finance team that
finance
he
team.
talked about?
Whether she's still on it, I don't know,
Okay,
But don't you think that they
but that
will
would make
tell us
sense.
who they wanna meet with?
Who?
DLS, the
Wow.
Department of Revenue, won't they say?
And maybe they did, maybe that's where he got this.
Oh, good point.
maybe,
Okay.
okay. And maybe,
Are
I
they
could see,
gonna
I could see the
audit-
assessor being there, kind
Yeah, because they said,
That's the revenue,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
of, yeah.
Are
Jen?
they going to, audit even the small accounts, or do they just looking at?
I don't know the answer to that, and I think that's a really good question.
Okay, right
because
here.
that- Go ahead.
Issues, number 4, issues of concern, full audit of all accounts and cash flow for the town
Yeah,
accounts.
that's
Okay,
good.
yeah.
Timeliness of cash to deposit
Right,
process.
Oh, that's
correct,
Sam's
yeah, that's a big
So,
baby.
I
Yeah.
mean, that is,
That's a biggie.
so that's a biggie, because part of my concern, because we found that, remember I found the cemetery of parks, that money
Yes,
was
that-
going into the
mhm.
wrong account for
Yeah,
8
yeah,
years.
yeah.
For
yeah.
Yeah.
8 years. I mean, how many, are there other accounts that are being deposited into the right place? Is anybody, I don't know if this is an audit question, but we have a lot of grants. And those grants all have contracts. And I know it's still tax money, even though
Yeah,
people look at it as free cash, but it's still tax dollars. And from my own personal experience with the open space, they just, and I've been told that there's only one, it doesn't really go out to bid, there's only like one place that you can go to get some of these grants. But they have a contract and they get paid, and you don't have a product. And you eventually get the product, but in my case, it was like 2 years after the fact.
oh, that's right, you told me about that.
And, but, some of the other ones might be maybe not that long, maybe a couple of months, but my point is anybody actually managing these grants and looking at,
I would say
What the-
absolutely no, and we have proof of that. We have proof of the $93,000 that went missing. We have the gym equipment sitting in the garage out there, so I don't think anybody is. If they are, they're not the right people.
and I guess, I don't know if that's a thing
I
that
have not yet
that
figured
they,
out how we
that they
ended up
would
with gym
look at,
equipment. I
like
don't know what we're gonna do with it.
overseeing how
I know the
contracts
grant
get
came in.
managed, I'm not
We
sure.
bought the stuff, what are we doing?
But they
That's
say they
better-
didn't
that-
account for installing it.
What?
They didn't account for installing it.
That I understand, I don't understand, if you understand what I'm saying.
I know exactly what
It's
you're
just,
saying. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm accounting for a new front door.
So I think that's a very legitimate, and I don't know if that's accounting or if that is management.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure that falls
You know
into
what?
this.
But I believe
bailiwick.
they're doing management also.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's management review as well as audit, because the two things go together, really. And particularly in our concerns, I think we are concerned about the management, the grant money being one of the big ones.
Well, even some of the contracts, it's like, I'm not even sure these people ever read their contracts after they signed them.
You mean their work contracts?
Like the labor contracts with, some of the, not the labor ones, the other ones where they had the automatic, renewal. Unless both parties,
Right.
unless
Right.
both
That was
parties,
Guardian, wasn't that Guardian?
but there was two of
That
them.
automatically increased if you don't,
Yeah,
give
but
them a
there was
30-day notice?
there was another one too. It was not just Guardian, there was there was the other one, somewhere.
Northern
they-
Northern something or other, was it Northern something? or other?
Yeah, it was something, there was another one that automatically renewed up with an increase of up to a certain percentage if nobody said anything.
Mhm, yeah.
And it's like, well, who writes those kinds of contracts? I mean,
Who doesn't read them?
Well, there's a very good question. Who is writing that?
Who signs those?
And who
Well,
signs them? Yeah.
yeah, who signs those kinds of
And then
contracts?
who follows up?
Auto pen.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, these are, these are concerns
How much are we
that,
paying auto pen per year? What's his salary?
So you're talking about contract
Yeah.
management, Carol?
yeah, I guess, contract management, which includes grants. I consider a grant a type of contract. I don't know.
Well, now that
people-
we have a grant
Right.
writer, is that part of his job? Because we didn't have
I don't know,
for years, we didn't have a grant writer.
but.
And then it was like, we had when we didn't, we had
Yeah,
when we didn't.
Yeah,
But
I
he
know.
can't do that alone. I mean, he would have to work with whatever department
He's working.
or committee
Like-
got the grant, right? I mean,
Well,
I would say so, yeah.
yeah.
well, because if we get a grant for the planning board, it should be on the planning board to kind of,
To make sure everything is done the right way. Yeah.
but, I don't know who you
Well,
complain
it's
to.
kind of,
Well,
Yeah,
I think that's a good question for this state visit.
Mhm.
What is the responsibility of the grant writer versus the committee?
What happens to the grant writer when he goes away?
Well, I mean, then
Who
we don't
follows
have
it?
him.
yeah, well, I
Who
don't have
follows,
any
but
interest
who
in that.
keeps following?
Well, that's why we need another person besides him.
Right.
It's gotta
I
be
just
working with him.
am assuming that a grant writer is something like somebody turning Roman into Greek, or vice versa. In other words, the committee needs a grant. They don't know how to write a grant, because it's written in a different language.
Mhm.
So they get somebody fluent in that language to write it that way, but it's their responsibility to see that the right things are in there. It's his responsibility, it's her
True, it's a
responsibility to see that
Yeah,
it's written
team.
properly.
Team effort, yeah.
Yeah, but as far as the ongoing services are concerned, it's the committee's responsibility when they get that grant.
I agree.
I
and
do agree
I
with
agree
that.
100%, and I don't know how that affordable housing money, you're right, who was watching that door to know that at a certain point, they had to turn in certain documents in order to keep it?
Mm.
And that, the
But then
miss,
it was last night. The planning board was with Kieran.
yeah, Cannon,
He kept saying, well, there's no money. He kept saying, well, there's no money to do the studies or to do the whatever,
oh, you mean for planning commission for that one?
whatever that development
On
or
that
something.
affordable
They
housing.
need $8,000 or something to do the study or whatever they need to do for that proposed development. And there's no money. Well, yeah, there's no money, period, but,
So why isn't it,
why,
why is it on the book, on the table?
why, yeah, that's the other thing. Why are we even doing this?
So here's the question, Kathy, so when they do, and you know what, we should have that Cannon come in, because how does it work? Does he look for grants and tell the department, oh, hey, I can get you 100,000 to do a road, or I can get you 50,000 to do a park?
Or does he write?
Or does
I-
somebody come to him and say,
I'm not sure.
I need money,
No,
Find
usually,
it for us.
usually, at least I've seen, I don't, again, like, don't go by me because I'm not an expert, but I have seen where the state or whoever, or MRPC will send out emails, because I'm on all these
Right.
emails, and say, there's a grant out there for this.
So
And
then
if you want to apply for this.
these are the new grants for 2026
Or-
for roads, for planning
Well, they'll
flowers.
say there's a grant coming out to put in a garden, whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's not just a blanket 2025, they just come like piecemeal, whenever they can come. And if you want to, apply for it, then you gotta go through the process. But now that we're talking about grants, and maybe I'm getting off topic, but I was actually talking to a neighbor, and he made a very good point. He says, just because it's free money
Doesn't mean.
doesn't mean we should do it.
absolutely.
Because He said
Absolutely.
that he's been living here many years or something, and he said
Oh,
something
God,
about
no.
some grant that the town got all excited about, got the money, and he said it cost the town more money, whatever it was, than what they got for it.
Well,
So-
yeah, these matching grants, same thing. If we don't have the money,
How do you
if they're
manage?
gonna give us 50,000, but we have to come up with 50,000 and we don't have it,
But how do we, but how do we monitor that? I mean, do we say, no, we don't want matching grant? Yeah. this becomes
Well,
a
no,
whole-
Yeah, I
usually,
think that you gotta look at it on a kind of a case by case
Well,
well,
basis.
usually they just the grants are just offered up to the towns. You don't have to take them.
right?
They're just offered up. And some of them you may not even qualify for because you don't have the right whatever. But it's up to the town to decide whether they want to pursue that grant, whether it's in their best interest. And
Right.
sometimes it may not be in their best interest to pursue a grant.
I think the grant topic is huge, because I think that the ARPA funds were grossly, or recklessly managed or not managed. And I consider those grants. We didn't have to, I don't know how.
We didn't have, no, we
Yeah.
didn't have to apply. We
No,
just
that
got
was
them.
just like, you just got them, so it's
Yeah,
a
but
little
you had,
different.
but then you had to do, then there were requirements.
Well, yeah, they
to what
Yeah,
you
they
did.
come with a lot of strings
Requirements,
attached.
strings attached, and I'm not sure that they were 100%
follow,
followed,
right.
which would be with grants would have strings attached, right? You have to do this, you have to
Yes.
have this by
Well,
certain
yeah.
It's for
date.
certain
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So it's about management rather than.
Well, yeah,
audit.
and you have to file that grant within a certain period of time, and then you have to use that
The
grant
document.
money. Usually you have a period of time where you have to use
Yeah.
that grant money or you lose it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we
So,
know
so
that.
if you apply for a grant and they give you the grant, but yet you can't build whatever it is or do whatever it
Yeah.
is, in that time period, they take that money back.
Mhm.
So you not,
So this is part of of what we wanna ask the DOR about?
Yes.
And what do we wanna ask them? How should we make sure that these are managed and
Well,
tracked?
I don't know if we should ask them. I think we should
They-
have them look at the way they have been managed and
managed.
tracked in this town.
in the past.
And then
In the past, and
recommend-
then recommend
Yeah,
any
and then
changes?
recommend.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, go back and look.
I mean,
and
that's a
say-
concern. So these are concerns, I think where Dawn's going with these, is that, what are the,
Did you write that one down?
I've got it right here.
Yeah, right,
Okay.
review management of
Good.
contract.
I just-
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
But I think we wanna just highlight, we don't have to have 50 of these things,
No,
but just highlight
but I
that
do.
we want them to cover, because
Sure.
they have their own
Yeah, yeah.
agenda, that
Right.
they're
Yeah.
gonna.
Well, I think number 4, where it says full audit of all accounts and cash
Well, that's-
flow, I mean, to me, that's.
I don't even know why we're not doing that. I mean, when that accountant told us that, oh, we don't audit the little
Well,
accounts,
yeah,
I almost
I
fell
mean,
off my chair.
Me too, I wanted to say,
I mean,
what are
I-
we paying? What
What
are
are
we
you
paying you
auditing
for?
if you don't audit the little account?
Well,
Yeah.
that's,
Sometimes
Yeah,
that's,
because-
that's where there's the
That's where
biggest
the-
issues
Yeah,
in the little accounts.
Counts, yeah, because
And
the
that's where it
usually,
also slips under the table if
Yeah.
somebody
it's
works.
little
Yeah.
accounts. somebody
that's why
cares.
I almost fell off my chair too, and I'm like, huh, what?
I
I mean, it's like,
That was like, ears popped up.
but,
But but if you do all the accounts, full audit of all the accounts, isn't that a forensic audit? Which is very
Oh,
costly.
no, I think the forensic audit is when you're looking for bad things. I think a forensic audit has a different purpose than a regular audit. Well, I mean, for my job, so I have a job
Yeah,
that I can just.
no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you have a clue that something's up, and you focus on where they could be, the spots they could be
Okay.
in, as opposed to just overseeing the whole thing.
well,
And forensic is about the law, how the law,
they all
because
should be about the law.
and
Yeah,
how the
I-
law affects.
but, I mean, I guess, I don't know, does this cost us? I don't even know if this costs us.
I don't
or is
think
this-
so. I
I don't think
it's a
this,
service.
I don't
So-
think this will.
Okay,
No.
so then I would like to get as much out of them as I can, and if they can
Absolutely.
go down to the penny, I
Well,
mean,
but they probably won't be doing an audit themselves.
They won't be doing
right?
audit themselves, they'll be looking at.
well, they'll have whoever,
Yeah.
or they'll look at the, 'cause I'm just.
It would be nice to see what they expect us to have on the table for them to look at.
Well, do we actually know what they're gonna be looking for? looking at,
No,
No,
specifically, no.
and that's really too bad.
Well, this is, I mean, we
Well,
asked
maybe that's
them,
the
we
plan,
we
that-
asked them to come,
Yes,
in,
we
right?
asked them
That's
to
why
come.
they're- that's why
Yes,
they're
that's why
coming.
they're coming, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's why we
Yeah.
need to make out more. and-
What our
and
concerns
get
are,
it
why do we
to
bother to
Mr.
call
Blake
you?
ahead of time.
yeah, I mean, and this, he did capture most of our concerns here.
He did, he
Yeah.
did.
Um,
Now, number 5 says list of best practices for town to follow. I mean,
I think he's asking them to give us a
Yes.
list of best practices.
they have that on the DLS
Mhm.
Website,
website.
I know.
Yeah.
Please
But
look up
I
at this
I
one.
found.
It's gonna look like we're not paying attention.
No, I know, but I did find something, I think there was some report like 10 years ago or something that somebody did and gave a bunch of best practices for the towns that I
Well,
don't think.
Nelson brought up at the Board of Selectmen meeting, when he said, the state is coming and it's not a bad thing, they did this in 2011.
Yeah,
And then they give you a list of recommendations after they do the full scope of look. And then they say, this is what you have to do. And he was proud because they had like a third, 2/3 completed in 11 years.
well, and they said it's not mandatory to do them.
Well, I didn't like that because I think that if the state is,
If
first of
it's-
all, why bother to ask the state if we're not gonna do what they say?
Right,
Right. And if the best,
Welcome to the real business world.
But they're gonna come out and spend time and then give us some positive things. I think that we should, I don't think we should say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that.
right, and going forward, we should be doing what their recommendations are.
Correct.
Right.
And
Because I'm
incorporate-
sure we're not doing everything wrong, we're doing a lot of right.
right, yeah,
But if there's 10 things that, could be
Could be
cleaned up or whatever,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a refreshing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you
course.
should be doing this, you should be doing, especially with the turnover that we've had
of personnel.
between the accounting department and the treasurer, tax collectors.
And the town administrator.
Yeah, I mean, we've had so many different people.
And things get
Involved.
lost. Oh,
And, yeah,
yeah,
and,
and things get overlooked and then people,
Interpretation.
and then people move
Mhm.
on and doesn't know that somebody, that
this was not finished, completed,
yeah, or this even existed.
right,
Something,
right.
On topic, but off topic. I just found out that when you submit minutes to the to the town clerk, that you have to submit all the attachments that were part of your meeting.
You don't have to submit all the attachments,
really?
Where's that?
but they have to be available.
Well, you might as well submit them and give them to you.
So years
To the
ago,
town
we
clerk.
used to get minutes and they would be this thick with a clip on them because you couldn't staple them. Because everything was
Where does it
attached.
say that?
Harrison told me that. He
Really?
said, oh, I just wanna let you know.
I think could be part of the open meeting law.
I think
I
that's
don't-
what he was telling me about the open meeting law, yeah.
I don't remember him saying that at the class though. When Adam gave the class and
He claims that Adam did say, did he? I don't know.
I
don't.
I don't
remember
remember
him
him
saying
saying
that.
that
I wasn't,
because I was paying attention about the minutes.
oh, because you're the minute taker.
But I didn't hear him say that.
But yeah, the attachments, if not with the minutes, they should be available.
Like,
And they should be noted where the attachments are available.
I mean, where are you gonna put them? You gonna keep them in your house?
Well, no, so the selectmen just, whatever.
Like,
They
what-
would keep them up here,
The file cabinet?
yeah. But it makes no sense because if the town clerk is the keeper of the records, then they should have them.
Well,
as far
that's
as I'm
how
concerned.
that's what I think.
you mean like attach all this stuff to the
I
minutes?
think
Is that what
absolutely
he's
that's
saying?
what she's
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
thi-
remember Adam ever saying that at that meeting.
Yeah, and,
this is available anytime somebody wants to go, so all you should need to do, according to Kathy here, is reference it.
Right.
And
Well,
the,
yeah, I guess that has
the,
most of the information.
paperwork,
Well, that's a good
who
point.
typed this thing up?
I mean, the BVA has.
Don?
Mhm.
So therefore, this 2-page should be attached because it's not necessarily available because it's
Gotcha.
Don and
Yeah,
us.
okay.
But
Makes sense. Yes, yeah.
the minutes, or they definitely have the minutes, which has been referenced. They definitely have this sheet that we've gone
Yeah,
from last year that we're just discussing. But, so
I see what
I would
you're
say
saying.
attach only those things that are not
Available.
part of the record.
Okay.
That makes sense, Sam. Thank you. Okay, now we have number 6, budgeting recommendations. I don't know where he's going with that.
I think that's from them to us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. And I think
Where are
that's,
you,
I
buddy?
Because
think
then the
number
next
7
one is Townsend in compliance.
Oh, you're over here on this.
But that's the ultimate goal of this.
It's to get their
Yeah.
feedback.
To get the
Okay.
feedback.
Yeah,
about the 300th anniversary, because I remember a discussion on the
Is Townsend
money
in
or
compliance with the
something.
MGL charter?
yeah.
With the
Because it
funds for
was
the
something about
300?
5 years versus whatever, 7.
Oh, yeah, because,
What?
yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah, there was
Um,
something about, I remember Dawn saying that there was some state law that said you couldn't, I think, collect money for like these anniversary things.
Like,
up-
and-
up
5 years preceding, it's right here.
Preceding.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so,
So, and we've been doing it for,
I think we've been doing it for about 5 years, and
Yes.
it's not till, or longer.
Yeah, well, we're
And
trying
it's
to,
not till 32.
well, then ignore the law.
they all do it. They all do it. Everybody does that.
yeah.
No,
like putting
yeah, I
another
mean,
law.
that's the most ridiculous thing I've heard. It takes time, especially on a town that's been this tight on money for this many
Well,
decades.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, we're only literally putting away a
I
$2
mean,
bill every year, comparatively speaking.
That's a good question. I think that's a good
I think it's
question.
$5,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5,000,
five,
yeah.
yeah.
But that's basically a really, it's hurting
I
other
don't
departments to do so,
Is
but
that
we've got
in
to
here?
because we've got that,
Otherwise, you won't have it.
save it for the birthday party.
Yeah, I would just leave that, and let them tell us where, you
I
know,
agree.
Um,
100%.
Is that in this report? Because I didn't.
the highway.
Yeah,
What would it
Started
be under?
planning early and it's against the law to start planning early? That sounds like a
Yeah, I know.
Massachusetts for you.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is
I
yet.
know what it would be
would
under.
it
It
Would
would,
be-
I would,
I would think
be?
it'd
For
be for,
selectmen, wouldn't it?
no,
no,
well, maybe.
well, would it? Maybe.
I don't even know if it's on the paper.
No, I would think it would be under humanities and culture or something,
Cultural,
whatever it is.
Cultural
or
something or other.
We have a culture in it?
So
Yeah.
it would be by the library,
Oh, by the library.
council on aging,
This
that's
is just
the
color
thing.
coded.
What page is that on?
Drives me crazy.
Page 19. Well, that's council on aging, but I haven't found it yet.
But here it got me closer, I'm still on 13, I can't even read.
Dan concerts, flag committee.
What is that under?
Oh, it should be near the flag
Cemeteries.
committee.
Flag committee?
It should be near it.
And then it's short-term interest assessments. Oh, I can't find it.
Well, it's gotta be, it's gotta be, it's gotta be
Memorial
somehow
Day.
accounted for.
Recreation.
Recreation Commission? No. What's that? Oh,
Well, maybe it is under general government. I don't know.
Memorial Day? No. American flag?
Recreation Department had go above 10,000. I guess I was asleep that
I
night.
don't think it's in.
Well, they're negative 14,000.
Right. Shouldn't it be in there? Or it's a special
So that
article?
means it's over 10,000 if they've already got it all.
How would you,
Isn't it voted as a special article?
It was voted as a special.
So it might not be in here.
I didn't think it would be in here.
but then how is it, what account is it deposited into?
That small account doesn't get audited. That's a very good question.
Oh, here it is, 300th anniversary celebration.
What
On
page?
What
Page
page?
24.
24,
Page 24.
I mean,
that's 16, I'm not far away.
Category.
21.
300th anniversary celebration, TCAM annual funding.
Oh, because they have the special articles, okay. So we have $25,000 in there.
Wow.
That's
So they've
fine.
been doing it for 5 years.
Right.
And when is the anniversary?
32.
32,
So they'll have another
another
7
5
years.
years, right?
7. Well, we
But
need to be
if it's
starting to
only
spend
Yeah,
it.
yeah, in
5,000.
5 years
I
we'll
mean,
be
it's only 5
starting.
years that you can have it in advance. That's a good question.
Yeah,
And what do we do with it if we?
So what do we do with it if they say, well, you gotta do something with that? I mean,
Yeah, it should be a lot more than 27,000 because it should be
I
making
guess
decent interest.
I would try to argue that point that 5 years is
We'll
so,
let you handle that.
is silly,
It's very, I'm sorry, I couldn't plan that way.
especially for a small town.
So what special article prior year? Down segment 3. It's got 10,000.
Oh, but this, oh, okay, never mind.
So that's a different, oh, that doesn't have any money in it.
Oh, very little.
Yeah, it says may appropriate money annually during the 5 years preceding such anniversary of special event.
Oh, they may.
Oh, see,
May appropriate money,
So they
Okay.
did, but they did.
but they did, but
But
more
it's
than 5
More than
years.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's like,
Yeah.
take it to the Supreme Court.
yeah, I wouldn't
Well,
worry.
we'll cross that bridge when.
Well, there's something that's a little more important as far as I'm personally concerned, because that fund is gonna be put away for 10 years. And it's still and it gets $5,000 a year, and it's only worth 25,000, which means it's worth a hell of a lot less than it was when we started.
Why
So,
isn't it
right, I
earning
see what you're
interest?
saying.
yeah, why isn't
Yeah.
it in
Is
an
it bearing
interest
any
account?
interest? Is
I
it
don't know,
just,
it doesn't say.
Apparently, nobody's paying much attention
See, this
to
is,
interest-bearing accounts.
that is my other concern.
Especially something
That's
like
my
that
other
where you know
concern
it's
is,
not gonna be spent until
are we
2030.
managing
And then money might
interest-bearing
start getting
accounts?
spent at that point.
I don't know,
Are we
y'all
taking
run your
advantage?
personal account,
I
but I
guess,
tell
how do
you
you say
that when I get to
Advantage?
the last week in the month,
Oh,
there's that much left in the checking account.
interest.
Right.
An emergency amount. Not only that, but that's a decent size, with
I don't
decent,
know.
you at least,
You know,
savings
because
account attached to it to
that
draw from.
cemetery and park
Yeah.
is
So
supposed
if
to go
I'm
into an
saying
interest-bearing
I
account.
get
I don't
a
know how many of those
$100
accounts we have
donation to
or
the school for
how
whatever
that works,
purpose,
but.
for my
are we
daughter,
using
okay?
money
Yep.
by not-
I got $90 left. That's fine. If that
I don't know
happens to
how
come
they pay
in,
bills.
they'll draw $10 from the other account.
Yeah,
And as soon as I see that, and the next paycheck comes in, I can reimburse, I'm not gonna lose but a penny or two.
right.
But there's no reason why a town that's this small can't be keeping track of their money so that by the time they get to the end of the month before the next bill, whenever the pay cycles come in, they pull the money from savings. Should always be in savings, especially in this day and age.
It should be, yeah, it should be in something that we get some interest in. I don't know how the bills come in, but, you know, a lot of
Even at
companies do that.
0.25%,
If you pay them quick,
per
you get a
annum,
discount.
Oh,
They
no,
would-
no, I see
which was
that.
the
You
last
don't
few
know
years.
if they're doing that.
you know,
I don't know
at
if they're
regular
paying
banks like
it, and if
DCU and, you know,
Take
other, you know,
advantage of
they
stuff,
were
you know,
very
stuff
minimal.
like that. Which could
We should
save
still
us.
have more money in here.
That's right, it should be an odd amount, should be 25,000.
You mean because the interest
26,000, something like that, I'd
Yeah.
say right now.
Yeah,
At the
you're right.
small, at a North Standard Bank. I'm not
Right.
talking about anything like Synchrony or any of the other big
Yeah.
banks that pay decently.
Oh,
They don't do,
there was, I think,
commercial anyway, at least from, they made sure that I can't do my business through it, I have to do personal.
I think those are
Where did I
very good
see
questions.
that?
Carol wants to add,
well,
what is the practice of management of interest-bearing accounts right now? What accounts are they? What accounts are interest-bearing, if any?
Yeah.
Which could be,
So is this a question for DOR?
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
how the hell do we find out?
We're gonna make a list, I guess, and send it to them before they come.
Like I said, even at 0.25
Where did I
per
see
year
the
or something
damn
ridiculously low like that, it's still money.
Right.
Oh,
A penny is, a
paying
penny is earned.
and then pay
21.
Yeah, and we have to make sure that we can have certain things under interest-bearing accounts.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
there's rules on that too.
yeah, there is.
Yeah, well, what are the rules?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure,
precisely, what are the rules? Yeah.
I mean, we could go, I mean, we have to be careful because I should go down to the nitty gritty. I mean, there are just so many concerns about how our tax dollars or any dollars are being, you know,
Yeah, you,
looked at, used, not only used, but used wisely to earn money for the town. Take advantage of you know, if a vendor will give you a discount for paying within 10 days, you know,
Yeah, that's a couple dollars earned, like
I mean,
Sam pointed out. I mean, it's not earned, well, it's not earned, but
it's a
It's-
saving,
Yeah,
it's a
it's a
saving.
savings.
Yeah,
It's, you know, and when you don't have a lot of money,
every
every
counts.
penny counts, and,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
and, and, you know,
I can't,
yeah.
and because we don't really have a good hold on our finances, we're losing out on some savings.
Mhm.
Um,
Not only that, but if it's not going to be used, it should be a cycle of getting it from a savings account to move it into the checking account to be paid.
Mhm.
yeah,
And not
Yeah.
sitting in a checking account earning $0.00.
Yeah. Yeah, because even 1% is better than 0%.
Yeah.
So, and when you're talking $1 million, you know, $1 million
It doesn't
or
keep up with
something.
inflation, but
Yeah.
it helps.
Yeah,
So we're in agreement that these 7 items that Don listed out are concerns that we should put on.
Yeah,
yeah,
And we're gonna add to
and add to it.
current contract management, including grants,
yeah.
and the management of interest-bearing accounts. What are the rules and are we following them?
Well, I know one thing we're not following.
What?
According to this report that I was handed, this.
Oh, that's,
Yeah, that's right,
treasurer.
right?
Yeah.
Well, the treasurer has asked for fiscal year 26, $1,700 for travel and mileage. Mileage reimbursement for weekly trips to bank to deposit cash receipts over the counter. Which counter?
What bank you mean?
Where are we?
I mean, apparently, they're talking about if I go in and pay my excise taxes, that goes in by the end of the week or sometime during that week, because they say they're making weekly trips to the bank for that
Oh,
stuff.
I'm not.
And yet, when I give a check for $25 to some other entity in this town, it takes a month to
That's
get
back
through.
here. Okay.
How does it take a month? How is that check from a different department? And I'm not naming any departments because there's at least 2 in my mind that, it takes a long time to get from handing it out back to my bank. If they're going weekly to the bank,
See, now that's a question we have to ask
yeah,
when they come to meet with us with their budget, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't like losing money that way. My town has lost that money.
Mhm.
It's bad enough I gotta pay for that piece of thing that I'm talking about.
Right.
But the fact that it becomes
Okay.
never land money.
1,700?
This
That
is a
seems
good
like-
question.
What bank do
That's a
we
perfect
use?
segue to when she comes.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna, if it's a bank down the street, we
Yeah, I was
could
gonna
walk
say, do
there.
we know what bank we use?
I don't think they're these things.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we go somewhere, wherever.
I don't know, but they get a.
Do they have a special bank that they put town money in? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
idea.
the answer to that.
I was gonna say, if it's one of these banks, you could walk there.
Yeah, I would, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
And then they wouldn't have to have exercise classes in the middle.
During the middle of the.
Just saying.
really?
Yeah.
Who pays for that? Is that in the contract?
That's paid for out of my, the health insurance comes in. does that. We have
But it takes
so
them out
much.
of their jobs, though.
Getting started.
Don't get her started. Okay,
Okay,
2.5,
I just wanna get rid of the clothing
capture
line.
best practices. I think we will get that information from them.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a feedback.
Yeah, so-
So we
Yeah.
probably don't need to
So
put
5,
that.
6, and 7 will be coming from them.
Correct. The discussion, to capture the recommendation to the select board and TA for budgeting process. And to capture best practice. 7 is correspondence, that's just, Don just always puts that on, but correspondence.
she's looking at the
Oh,
agenda
you're
now.
down.
We're back to the agenda.
Is that
We
what
went
you're
back to
on,
the
Kathy?
agenda.
No, I was.
She thought,
Oh, sorry.
That's on always put the
Okay.
year too.
Oh,
So 5, 6, and 7, yeah, that's gonna be coming back, full audits. They'll
Okay.
give us the best practices. They'll give us budgeting recommendations. And they'll answer the question about the $5,000 that we're putting
Yeah.
away every year.
Yeah, I think Don just puts correspondence
Yeah,
on there as a
Candace does that,
placeholder.
yeah.
So
Yeah, when they're saying anything,
agenda
we want-
items 5 and 6, it seem like they're part of this, you
They,
think?
they seem to be part of the DOR list.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the
Okay.
next part, I think, maybe not 5 though. He says select board, best practice schedule quarterly or monthly. Oh, this is to meet with the board of selectmen and that review committee. What was it, not
I guess
review
I'm
committee, what was
missing-
it?
Yeah, the school.
finance.
Yeah, okay.
The school, the finance
Oh,
committee, the board of selectmen, and that other committee.
When is that gonna start?
Well, that's, I
Should be
think,
starting like next
we
month, I
should
would
be
think,
starting it,
in
exactly. We-
October.
I don't know who sets the schedule on that. Do we set it and then they come, or do they?
I'm sure it's on their school.
Yeah, was it school committee
But
that?
the
Well,
best practices
This,
says,
so this page does not seem to be on our agenda.
I think it's, doesn't it say best practices number 5? Capture best
Yeah.
practices,
Or number 6.
what's 6?
6,
Capture
capture
recommendations.
recommendations to select board TA for budgeting process.
Oh. Number 1 says best practice, schedule the quarterly, monthly meetings with the school committee, select board, and the finance committee to review. The
Okay, so
best
that's
practices
best
from DLS
practices,
says that you should be
11.5.
meeting every other month. I believe it was every other month.
Well, that's in between the two.
Year round?
Yes, yes, so that when it comes time for the budget, there'll be no surprises. And everything, and all the fighting and all the,
Yeah.
is been resolved. All the issues have been resolved. I think that that is a very good practice. Now, whether those other officers wanna come and meet with us, I don't know.
Okay, so
Do we invite them?
I guess if we
Well, you know what,
want,
I'm gonna ask Valerie what that schedule's gonna be, because she did bring up that.
It may be
At the
on
board of
their
select.
schedule for their school committee. I
That-
don't know.
yeah,
I
that would be
I
the thing to ask
suspect they would
Valerie
have-
about.
I suspect it would probably be down at the school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
but
that
that's a
far
good
away.
question for
Yeah,
Valerie,
it's
is number
good.
1.
Yeah. Then the second
I
one
know
he
I
has
could walk
down
there.
is schedule regular joint meetings with finance committee to review BVA or develop process for questions related to the BVA.
Is he talking about that finance team rather than the committee? You know, the
Or is he
treasurer.
talking about the departments?
No,
Regular,
I think it says finance committee, I think that's us.
that is
Okay.
us, to review the
To review.
BVA or develop
And,
process.
yeah, questions to the
Or who's
departments.
the joint meeting with?
The select board and us, I think is what he's saying.
So
Oh,
this,
I-
because it
We
comes
did that
under,
I'm
last
looking at it as being the
okay, 'cause-
departments with,
no, because look at the title of select board, so
Right.
it must
Oh,
be, yeah,
oh, very
so
good.
Dave's right,
Yeah,
Dave's
yeah,
right on top.
Dave, Carol, so the head of
Dave's-
class.
see, I don't think we should be meeting.
I don't think we should be
regularly.
meeting with them.
I think at the end, after we've met with all the
Once we have
departments.
our, well, given what we experienced last year, from my point of view, I don't know if you have the same point of view, but there were a lot of meetings we had with the Board of Selectmen where they did the input and we didn't get a chance.
Hmm.
And I think that our role is to make recommendations to them, not to have them tell us what they want us to tell them.
Right,
You don't think that that's why we're meeting with Nelson and,
Oh, for the standardized
Yeah,
forms, I don't think that's too
Yeah.
big a deal, I mean, the forms are the forms, but on this, number 2 from today,
all right,
we do not have a budget, because there are no dollars.
That-
So,
Precisely,
so what's the point of even?
of meeting with them.
Of meeting with them, because this is their budget, and they put no dollars in there, so.
Right, so we should move forward with our job, which is to look at the BVA and to monitor the department heads.
And see how much we're
Information.
going into the hole.
To see how much we're going into the hole. Because Carol's right, the budget is not a budget. What are we gonna talk to them about? They're not gonna tell us anyway.
And they're not gonna explain why they put zeros against
No, I think,
salaries.
I think a lot of
And they're
people,
not gonna tell us how they're paying these salaries.
no, so no, so the answer to this one is no. No. And the third one, oh, The third
Do you
one,
wanna- do you want to-
Massachusetts Animal Inspector list by town. The link above shows Townsend is listed with an animal inspector. Is this current information? Do we have an animal inspector?
Oh,
Is
there
that the
was-
one that gets the rabies shot?
We have an,
No, we haven't.
We have a dog
we have an animal control
control officer.
Officer,
officer.
but we
I don't
don't
Right, which
have-
is
we
different.
don't have
There's
an
Somebody
animal-
is
we
supposed
don't
to
have
go
an
around and
animal
count
inspector.
cows and
Cows
horses
and
and pigs
cows,
and things like
horses
that.
and goats.
Count the cows, but this is the one with the rabies, right? Isn't this?
No.
No,
No, this is the one that with the cows and.
counting the cows. and
Counting the cows, don't you wanna
sheep.
do that?
and
Well, they
that-
count dogs and
barn
cats
dog.
too.
Oh, they
not in
do?
my house.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not
Sure.
just
How many
every-
animals do you have? 4. It doesn't count my daughter and it doesn't count my dog.
Oh, they don't count
When they
the-
came to our house,
Right,
they asked
doesn't
about,
count.
they asked all of them.
Oh, somebody came to your house and did this, or
Well,
somebody?
this was years ago when we had
Oh.
horses. We don't, now if they came and asked me my animal count, I can say this, and I will not be lying.
It's 0.
Yeah, but before, I mean, we had horses, donkeys,
Oh,
and
like a
then
farm.
dogs.
You have,
How did you get rid of them? Tell me quickly.
what, the animals or the people?
The animals,
Either one will be fine.
we sold them,
I don't think,
So,
we sold them.
I think Sam
Yeah,
would be
I couldn't do
outnumbered.
so the link above, whatever, shows Townsend is listed with the animal inspector. So we agree
So-
that we have an animal inspector.
No, we don't.
No, we
Oh,
don't.
do not have an animal
No,
inspector.
he
Spot.
resigned.
Oh, he resigned, okay.
The job is empty.
Oh,
And
vacant.
it's also a, what do you call it, legacy position?
Wait, you pass it on to your father like that,
You pass it on to your child.
child?
No, the current
Relative.
legacy in town. It exists because it was needed when,
Years
you know,
ago.
100
Years
years
ago.
ago and before. We've been around for nearly 300 years.
I see.
We need to know how many animals are in this town for whatever purposes. Now you've got, count the number of farmers and people like me and him that
Right.
have our horses. There are not all that many. Most
Right.
are the Timberlake, farms, whatever you call
My,
it
my,
down here.
my
type,
girlfriend would
residence.
like an animal
What?
my girlfriend would like an animal inspector to come to her next door neighbor's house and count how many animals he's got behind the fence.
Then
Oh,
she
because
has the
she's got a
responsibility.
Yes, she, oh, there was a.
That would
a
put,
woman today that
if
had
she
to
thinks
say
it's
that-
wrong, MSNBC or whatever they call it now, it's like,
Holy
Oh.
cows.
Who?
So this
He was
list
just
has,
called-
SPCA, MSIPCA, whatever they call the thing, should be
SPCA.
called, should be advised.
That's a good point, yeah. So,
This is
I don't know why
animal-
he even has this on
So
here.
the link above, was that a link on the town
Well, because it was
website?
on, it was in
No,
the,
there's a link in this sheet.
Oh, a link in the sheet, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
so I typed that in to search it, and this is the animal control officers that it comes up.
Yeah, we have one of
But it
those.
doesn't
This
have.
is a
oh,
Massachusetts animal inspector.
Okay, so
inspector.
here's the animal
make sure they don't
inspector
get
list.
sick or something, I guess. I don't know.
And I think it was on here as $0 for the last year when we were looking at it for the inspector. I don't think there was any money put against that.
Yeah, it still has the previous, animal
Individual.
inspector.
Does it
And
make
it's
any
not
difference how
updated.
many animals, I mean, how many
I mean, I'm
cows?
sure back in the day it was how you got taxed.
So,
Yeah.
no, it would,
No?
so how it makes a difference, when we moved here and we built the barn and my wife got the horses and everything, we had to put together a manure plan for the property.
Oh, okay.
And depending on how many animals you have, that kind of dictates what your manure plan has to look like.
Right.
So if you have X number of horses, you have to have a plan to handle all the horse manure.
Mhm.
Basically, so because, you know, they don't want you throwing it in the stream,
No.
right? So you've gotta develop. Now, no one ever came out to see, are you following this plan that you filed? Nobody ever came to look at that,
No, but you had to file it.
but you had to file a plan to get the permit to have the animals.
Oh.
Yeah, just like
And
there was
I mean, I'm assuming that's probably still, you probably had to do that when you moved
Yeah, I
here.
remember that.
Yeah,
And somebody opened a
I don't
dog
remember what it
kennel
was.
like a year or two ago, and they had to go before the planning board and the,
There was so many
and
dogs.
the Board of Health or whatever.
Board
And
of Health does.
and they
the
had a limit
management
number of
plans.
dogs, but they had to have a plant, waste plan, and then they
Yeah.
were near wetlands, and they had to have the waste so far away from the wetlands, and how you
Right,
gonna dispose of it. So that is still,
A viable thing.
yeah,
So an animal inspector would be taking that role.
He never did all the years he came by.
No, because
Yeah.
if there's a
All he
complaint,
did was count animals
right.
if there's a
and
complaint
walk and
on
drive
it,
away.
If there's a
We
complaint,
chatted
it
about
goes to
everything.
the
It
Board
was
of Health.
how
and
you been, what's
The
been
Board of
cooking,
Health
you know, and
inspector
blah,
goes
blah,
out
blah.
and checks it
Yeah.
out.
So I don't know why
You have to
Don
tell
even
your
has
neighbors.
this on here. Does anybody know why?
what?
I
No,
don't know.
Why he has this?
Well, I think he has it on there because he's saying if the list of animal inspectors
Oh.
from the surrounding towns is accurate, potentially contact them and determine interest in filling towns as. He's basically saying we could look at this list and maybe find someone to come.
Oh, you mean
Fill
to
our
share
position.
somebody, like we share the building inspector with 6 other towns.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine. I don't care whether he ever shows up
Right,
again,
right.
because we really are, except for a handful of farms, we're pretty down on animals.
Yeah.
Um,
So the next
If
line
you've got
says,
a problem with an animal, then I would just, like was just said a minute ago, then it should be escalated to the MSSPDA or whatever they call themselves.
SPT.
Yeah,
Oh,
It was
okay.
the understanding during the FY 26 budget review, the Townsend position
Was
open,
Was open,
was open.
yeah.
If the list of animal inspectors from the surrounding towns is accurate, essentially contact them and determine interest in filling out.
So
That's
this
what you
is,
just said.
Right.
You just read that. So, all right,
so this is
I
for the
wouldn't even
select
begin
board
to
to
figure
do
out
that.
but I'm not
Find the animal
understanding why
collector
we
again.
would need to be involved in that. Wouldn't that be the board of select?
Right, well, I think that's, yeah, I'm not sure,
Yeah, it seems like,
Board of Health, isn't that a Board of Health
is,
thing?
is that a
No.
recommendation from us to
I-
the
He
select?
says best
I'm
practices.
thinking that this
Oh, I
is
don't
just
know.
part of the, is this part of the DOR visit and these are
I
its?
don't think,
For the
no,
select
I
board,
think this
maybe?
is separate, the select board.
I don't
Because
know.
that's a select, blah. Number 2.5 is discuss, oh, I'm sorry, 2.6 is
practice.
capture recommendation to select board TA for budgeting process, but it's vague.
Okay, so maybe this piece of paper was for 2.6.
Yeah, maybe that he wants to know what we're doing with it budget-wise, because it's a line item, is that possible?
It is.
Yeah, it is a
in
line
there.
item in the
Yeah.
budget.
Maybe
It is.
that's what he wants to clear it out.
Clear up, either share it, get rid of it.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
think this page, select board, is probably for item 2.6 on our agenda.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Is what that is.
And then moving on to correspondence, John did not leave any with me, I don't have any.
The only thing that I have was, I did finally hear from Sabrina, and she did give me a list of the fixed asset reports. So,
Wow, can we
I
put it
have-
on the agenda for the next meeting?
if I have time to go through them all, I was reviewing them.
Oh, you're
Awesome.
reviewing
I
them.
thought it'd be better, I mean, we can all review them if you wish, but,
What do you?
I did just receive it though, I mean, and it's very long,
Okay.
because it's in every department.
And what is this called?
It's called, fixed asset report, for all departments for 5 years.
For 5 years, oh, that's very important.
It's really,
to
yeah.
have. Yeah, I mean, that's something that we,
Right.
as the finance committee, should
Right.
really be looking at. So how do you wanna handle it, Jerry? Do you wanna bring it to the next meeting
I can.
and
And
give us,
distribute it.
distribute it, and then we can,
I'll
Work
work
on-
right,
Do you
Yeah,
want
put
to
it
just
on the
work
next
on it?
agenda.
yeah. Actually, pending when your next meeting is, I may not even be here.
Oh, yeah, you won't be here.
oh,
Okay,
I don't think so, because
so
it's
maybe
what,
towards the end of the
the
month I could.
second,
when is our next meeting?
When is our
Cal?
next meeting?
so the next meeting
'Cause that's the
would
next item on the
be
agenda, and be out here at 7:30.
October 14th, I believe.
October 14th?
Okay.
Is it? Well,
No,
is it
you
the
know what?
second and the 4th, right?
Yeah,
Tuesday, so it would be the
Yeah.
7th, I mean, the 14th.
so
Okay.
October 14th is our next meeting.
When is
I
it
will
come-
not be here.
You will not be here?
No, I'll be in the air.
You'll be in the air.
All right.
You think?
I
You
hope.
So then we don't want to put the fixed,
Then we won't put the
Fix-
fixed
then we'll
assets
do
on.
that,
We'll move it to the
um,
next one.
we'll move it to the,
28th?
28th, is that the next meeting
Yes.
afterward?
Now, hopefully by then we'll know when the meeting is for the DOR, by the 14th. So we can wrap up
Okay, so the next meeting we're setting for the 14th at
And
6
28th.
PM?
at 6 o'clock. Yeah. Is that okay with you?
6
Is
P.M.
that
Yes.
Too early? Okay.
18.
Are you
No, that's
good?
not too early.
Okay, so that's good for you. Carol, Kathy,
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, yes,
Good.
it's.
Yeah.
Jerry, you're not gonna be here, so we don't care.
We do care.
We
do
care about you, but we don't care if you're
We're
gonna.
And you
just
said the
jealous
one
'cause
after
you're
that
gonna
would
be
be
gone.
what?
Yeah, what'd you tell us, the 28th?
The 28th, yeah, the 14th and the 28th.
Oh.
Now, I do think we should be going over the BBA, the next one.
Well, the next
Okay.
one, we won't have an update for this, for September yet,
Oh,
probably.
that's right. we will.
It's possible that, well,
Maybe on the 28th you might have it.
on the 28th, we should actually put it in there for the next one too, say if available.
Okay.
Because maybe it'll be available, maybe it won't. We,
But yeah, that way we can discuss.
that way, if it is available, we
have
can look, we have it on the agenda. If we don't have it available, we can say, okay, not available, move on.
Yeah, just like we did with the
Yeah.
curbside.
There's no one
So we're not putting curbside on for the 14th, because it's too early.
Right.
Right,
We are
Right.
putting BBA if available.
Sure.
Are there any other business that I should let Dawn know for the next agenda?
So,
I mean, do you want to start something, a project or?
so it was that, this will be on the 28th.
Yeah, I still wanna start this bit about where the hell's our money going that takes so long to get.
Do you want to do an update of the standardization of forms?
Yes.
Right, because we can at least
Because we
find
need the
out
information.
if we got any information from the select board
Right.
on how they want to proceed on that.
And then we should also put on the DOR DLS, because Dawn will be here the next meeting, I
Yeah.
believe.
okay.
So maybe that would be
Yeah,
just to discuss
Update.
that.
just to update on it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I think we should do an update on best practices
Yes.
from DLS, okay?
Especially, we want to find out about meeting with the school committee and
Yeah, how that works.
so, yeah.
So from DLS, I can pull that myself and give it to Don, so he doesn't have to worry.
I'd just like to know what
All right,
they
everybody,
do
I
about
mean-
working on their budget for the following year.
Excuse me?
I'd like to know what the school committee does with their budget, because every year they come in at this level and then they work it down to this
Well,
level
I
and then it
think that
comes
if
down
we
to
meet
this
with them
level.
on a regular basis,
We're gonna have that.
we're gonna have more information, and they're gonna know that we're watchdogging them. So it might change the way they do business, so to speak. It may, I know you, I understand that it may not. But, you know,
It may
sometimes when
change.
somebody's looking over your shoulder, you do things that are different.
You may negotiate more, maybe.
Who knows?
I'm with you, though, I don't have a lot of hope, but I think that if we go.
Yeah.
And we
We have
hold
to-
them accountable to these meetings every so often, Kathy, based on
I
when they
agree
are.
Yeah.
with you.
Now, do
Yeah,
they,
we'll
what
see.
about Neshoba?
Yeah, it's the whole, it's both
Well,
schools.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be at the same meeting.
No, it wouldn't be at the same meeting.
Oh, they don't, they have
No.
separate school committees? Oh,
Oh, I thought they had one school
No,
community
no,
for.
Neshoba Tech has about 12 members from like everybody, two from each town.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they service a lot.
well,
of
let's
towns.
just see what the selectmen are talking about. We'll follow their lead to a point.
Actually, Neshoba's budget isn't that hard to follow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's wonderful about it. It's down to the penny, she gives you
Yeah.
I
charts,
think
she
they do an excellent
does
job,
a great job.
and then we go back and I've never seen any
It's the
party
Middlesex
stuff
that's
coming
got the
from them.
Yeah.
funny budget.
Yeah. So if I will be so kind to ask if there's any other discussion that would be within the agenda. If not, can I have a motion to adjourn or
I'll move that we adjourn the meeting.
So moved. Yep, seconded.
Whatever.
AWS, roll call vote, Carol?
Carol Hoff says yes.
Jerome Bazika, yes?
And Grant, yeah.
Kathleen Spofford, yes.
David Walker, yes.
Mary Van Treadwell, yes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
That was great.
Seven
Very good.
thirty.
Yeah.